Hi, this is Priyanka Chopra and you're watching Channel Y.
The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media. Y Media has newspaper, midweek, radio, South Asian Pulse.
Hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
Hi, this is Amir Khan and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
अब हर दिन सुने GTA का नंबर 1 रेडियो स्टेशन FM 91.9.
You are watching Channel Y. Channel Y.
Prime Minister, welcome.
It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be back.
Online, SouthAsianDaily.com. The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.
Hi, Pierre. This is Jadoo. On behalf of Y Media Group, I'd like to welcome you. How are you?
Great to be with you. Thank you for hosting me.
You are very welcome. And let's get straight to the discussion. We've been hearing a lot about direct flights between Canadian cities and different cities in Punjab. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I'm sure disappointed in Justin Trudeau for failing to include a Punjabi destination for direct flights in the recent Open Skies agreement with India. Trudeau agreed with having Delhi, for example, which is fine, of course, but I don't know why he would not have insisted on including either Amritsar or Chandigarh. Other countries, I'm briefed by my staff that other countries have direct flights to Punjab, and Canada does not. It looks to me like the Indian government would welcome this, but the Trudeau government has failed to deliver it. So I've written Trudeau's transport minister to encourage him to fix his government's mistake. And I've also copied the High Commissioner of India to Canada, and my staff has reached out to his office and received very warm reception.
Right. And you're also mentioning that if there was a Conservative government and the moment Conservative government will come into power, you would right away work with the Indian government and make sure there are direct flights to India. How would you possibly do that?
Oh, I'm going to be standing up for Canadians. You've got 1 million people of Punjabi origin. It's obvious that we should have direct flights. So I understand that the Liberal minister didn't even ask the Indian government for direct flights to Amritsar or Chandigarh. And you have to ask. You don't ask, you don't get. I see no reason why the Indian government would say no. They want the tourism. They benefit from having people visit. They obviously want more flights because that's more business for their economy and it's more benefit for our people. So it should be a no-brainer.
All right. And we've just witnessed another rate hike. This is the 8th consecutive time we're seeing this interest rate hike. There are issues with the economy right now. Inflation is high. What do you have to say about that?
Another sucker punch from Justin Trudeau. He told us that interest rates would stay low. And that's why so many families went out and took out monster mortgages. And now they're all getting hit with the higher hikes he said would never happen. I don't know how families will pay for these hikes. But I do know the cause. Trudeau's $500 billion of deficits have bid up the cost of the goods we buy and the rates we pay. He's doubled our national debt, raised taxes on the energy that we use, and Canadians can't afford to pay it. The solution is to cap government spending, cut government waste, fire the high-priced consultants who are gobbling up $15 billion from our tax money every year. That's $1,000 for every family. Get rid of all that waste, bring the deficit down, lower the cost of government so that the cost of living is affordable. Get rid of the carbon tax so we can have more affordable gas, heat, and groceries. When I'm Prime Minister, Minister, your dollar will go further.
When I asked the same question to in my interview to PM Trudeau said that if we won't have really supported Canadians during the time of COVID, they would have had very difficult challenges. They would have had to face more financial issues.
Yeah, but that's not what he did, though. He gave 40% of all the new debt he's added in the last 3 years had nothing to do with COVID. That's $200 billion of new spending unrelated to COVID. He wasted $54 million on the ArriveCan app. Much of it went to high-priced consultants who did no work. He's given more contracts to McKinsey, a big, powerful, liberal-linked firm, $100 million for that firm. He paid CERB benefits to people who had quit their jobs, who could have got new jobs working in the million vacant job positions. He even gave CERB checks to prisoners while they were in jail. Trudeau has wasted more money than any prime minister in history. He's the most expensive prime minister we've ever had. We have to get rid of him in order to bring race and inflation back down.
A very similar answer from the Transport Minister, Mr. Omar Al-Ghabra, because you're mentioning that they haven't asked, but when I did an interview with our Minister of Transport, Omar Al-Ghabra, on this issue as well. So now they're claiming that they did meet the Indian Minister of Civil Aviation last spring, and their focus was, they were mentioning it, discussion was to have direct flights to Amritsar, and they say, yes, we see it is necessary. They are saying, unfortunately, the Indian government is not ready. That's their answer to me.
No, I think that's just more excuses. Why do they keep failing Canadians? Stop making excuses. Go in and negotiate like a professional and get results. This is a government that can't get results in the world because they're not respected in the world. And you see it with the state. No deal on softwood lumber. No deal to close the Roxham Road illegal border crossing. No deal on Buy America. No results for our people because this incompetent and out-of-touch government can't get anything done. And now they're making excuses. They signed the deal. They could have said to the Indian government, we're not signing the deal until we get a flight to Punjab. But they didn't. They backed down. And now 1 million Canadians of Punjabi origin are left out in the cold.
Yeah, but they're saying the Indian government is not ready. So that's my question to you as well. How would you make sure that if the Conservatives... Yeah, go ahead.
If that's true, why is the Indian government allowing other countries to have direct flights to Punjab?
Yeah, they've had many direct flights. You're right, and actually the numbers are increasing. We discussed that the numbers to other countries are increasing. Many other cities are increasing. Not only to have international flights from Punjab, but the numbers is also increasing. Very quickly,
I think you've just answered your question. You really believe that it's the Indian government? Why would the Indian government only say no to Canada? I don't buy it. All these other countries are getting direct flights to Punjab, but not Canada? Why?
Okay. Quickly on the crime, we've been listening that we're going to get tough on crime, reforms in the system, but still, I think we, on our radio shows, on our TV shows, daily calls, the crime rate is increasing. What will you do for that?
Yeah, you're right. Crime has increased. Violent crime up 32% since Justin Trudeau became Prime Minister. Gang violence has almost doubled in the 8 years he's been in office. Canadians have never felt more at danger than they do now after 8 years of Trudeau. He has passed Bill C-75, which makes it very easy for violent repeat offenders to get same-day bail. Even after they've committed dozens of violent crimes, been convicted, they get newly arrested, they're back out on the street the same day under Trudeau's bail policies. Those violent offenders then go off and commit more offenses the very same day they've already been arrested. Meanwhile, Trudeau wastes billions of dollars going after hunters and their rifles in rural communities rather than blocking off the border smuggling that's bringing in the handguns. So my answer is tougher longer sentences and harder bail conditions for repeat, habitual, violent offenders, and put the money into the border to keep illegal guns out. That is the solution to Trudeau's crime problem.
All right. We're quite actively participating as far as the Russia-Ukraine issue is concerned, and so are many of the Western countries as well. Do you think our participation there and the Russia-Ukraine war, especially supporting Ukraine in so many ways, is good, or do you think we have to go a little bit further than this one?
We support Ukraine, and we think one of the best ways we can help is by exporting our clean Canadian natural gas to Europe so that the Europeans no longer have to buy it from Putin. He's funding his war by selling gas to Western Europe. We have the gas. We could sell it to them instead. And both the German Chancellor and the Japanese Prime Minister have come to Canada begging Trudeau for our gas. Trudeau says, no, go call Putin. He'll provide it for you. I say yes. Let's knock down the barriers to building export terminals. Let's build a dozen export terminals to sell natural gas to Japan, Germany, and other countries so that they no longer have to buy it from Putin. Then we'll bring all the profits and wages back home to our communities. Let's turn dollars for dictators into paychecks for our people.
Quickly, last two questions. One is on the immigration levels. I've always said this to almost all immigration ministers. We really don't care whether you bring in 100,000, 500,000 or 1 million immigrants. Most importantly, how well are we prepared for them? How are we integrating them? Affordable housing is an issue. Health crisis, I'm very responsibly using the word crisis. There are so many other issues. So bringing in 500,000 immigrants every year, are we well prepared for that?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. Under Trudeau, house prices have doubled, and wait lists in our hospitals have exploded. And now newcomers can't get housing or help. He has no plan to fix that. So what I propose is I'm going to require large, overpriced cities to remove government gatekeepers and lower the cost and increase the speed of building permits, so that we can build millions of new homes. One of the reasons housing is so expensive is because of the cost of government permits, delays, zoning, consultants, taxes, charges, fees. We have to sweep away all those costs so builders can build and immigrants can have homes. And that's why I'm going to say to cities, look, you want infrastructure money? You've got to get out of the way and let builders build. I'm going to require every single federally funded transit station have pre-approved housing density right around it, so young people don't even need a car. And I'm going to sell off 15% of the 37,000 federal buildings to turn it into affordable housing. By the way, I'm also going to create a new stream of immigration for highly skilled home building trades, so that we get more carpenters, framers, plumbers, and other roofers and others who can build the houses that we need.
Yeah, I know you've got a lead in the recent poll numbers, but what happens closer to the elections is that your presence here in GTA, this is the battleground right here in GTA. It's not the Liberals who win. I think the Conservatives don't pick up enough seats here in GTA. Sometimes you're even almost out of the 25 seats in Toronto itself. So what are your plans for GTA?
Well, I'm visiting GTA probably 4 times a month now, almost once a week, and it's very simple. We've got to, when I was a kid, my parents taught me that it didn't matter where I came from, it mattered where I was going. It didn't matter who I knew, but what I could do. That's the country that my wife came to as a refugee, and it's the country we want our kids to inherit. But right now, in places like the GTA, people feel like hard work doesn't pay off. No matter how hard they work, by the time Trudeau's taxes and inflation gobble up their paycheck, they get nowhere. So I'm going to tackle the inflation and reform the clawbacks and taxes so people can bring home more of each dollar they earn. That that way we'll restore Canada as a place where hard work pays off, a country where it doesn't matter if your name is Chang or Charles, Mohammed or Martin, Smith or Singh. As long as you're prepared to work hard, you get a fair shot at your dreams. That's the country that I want to restore, and that's why I'm going to win the GTA.
My last question is on the foreign policy regarding China and India. China, first of all, I still remember when I asked Prime Minister Trudeau in an earlier interview that you're not asking tough questions to China. He said, yes, we will. And now we're seeing that, yes, Canada has started asking very tough questions to China. Are you satisfied with that, or you want to hold China more accountable? Because we still haven't asked where did this virus come from, and there are so many other challenges that the world is facing, including US and many of our Western allies as far as China is concerned. Your take?
Any tough questions. He's done nothing on this issue, and he was briefed on foreign interference in our last two elections years ago, and he did literally nothing about it. So he continues to let foreign powers trample all over our country. I believe we should stand up for Canada. We should cancel Canada's $250 billion gift to the Asian Infrastructure Bank, which funds Chinese infrastructure. We should crack down on foreign interference in our electoral system, and we should become a more self-reliant economy by mining more of the resources and manufacturing more of the products that we currently have to import from abroad. In other words, we need to bring home our economy and our security.
Finally, last thing, India has taken over the presidency as far as G20 is concerned. How do you see our relationship with India?
Well, India is the world's biggest democracy, the second biggest, most populous country on earth. We have millions of people who come of Indian origin living in Canada who are a natural bridge for our trade with that country. So I want to knock down barriers, have more trade, more exchange, more travel between the two countries, and hopefully we'll get a free trade agreement at some point so that we can massively increase our exchange and to the mutual benefit of both our peoples.
Thank you so much for your time. Anything else you want to quickly add before I let you go?
No, that's great. Thank you for your call.
Thank you so much.
Bye now.
Thank you. Bye for now. You have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hi, this is Priyanka Chopra and you're watching Channel Y.
The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media. Y Media has newspaper, midweek, radio, South Asian Pulse.
Hi, I'm Amitabh Bachchan, and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
Hi, this is Amir Khan, and you're listening to South Asian Pulse.
अब हर दिन सुने GTA का नंबर 1 रेडियो स्टेशन FM 91.9.
You are watching Channel Y. Channel Y.
Prime Minister, welcome. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to be back.
Online, SouthAsianDaily.com. The biggest South Asian media group, Y Media.